Hey folks, this is Chris from Highland CCG. Today we're going to open some mail. Let's check it out. Hey everybody, this is Chris. We have some more alpha progress. So this is some uncommons. Some of the more pricey uncommons that I need for the collection. They came through the authentication service from eBay. They have these new boxes now that are smaller. So just as a comparison, so this is one of the newer boxes and this is one of the older boxes, so they're a little shorter. I'm interested to see what the box on the inside looks like. So I guess they did away with that other box, like this kind of box, which is, I think, a good thing, because I don't know what I'm supposed to do with those. Yeah, and I kind of made it part of this box. And it looks like I got some extra lands here. But yeah, here we have, this is the Orcish Artillery from Alpha. That's one of the few red uncommons I needed. But I think that's a cool new box. I like it. It's nice to see them kind of experimenting, seeing what works, and also just not automatically making it worse, which can happen. So it's got some basics from Modern Horizons 2 as a little bonus. Thank you for those. And even more important than that, I got an extra top loader. So yeah, the Oriflamme, I think this is one of the ones with the casting cost issue. So I think it's supposed to be 1 red, 3 other, but for alpha it was 1 red, 1 other. I tend to honor these things, so like if I'm playing against somebody who has one of these in alpha, I'll let them cast it for that price because, you know, because it is an alpha card. The Goblin King, I think the wording on the alpha and beta has goblin in it, like Goblin Lord. So I do let that Goblin King benefit from the Goblin bonus, but like an unlimited or revised one would not, because it says Summon Lord on it. So just little things like that make it a little more interesting, and you know, reward somebody for having the beta or the alpha. And then our second card is the Oriflamme, another instance of that casting cost issue. So again, this one would have 1 red, 3 other in every other version, but in alpha it has 1 red and 1 other. So again, if you're playing against me and you have an alpha, you know, I will honor that casting cost. So that's cool. So two big cards for red. I don't really know if we have any more left. This might do it for red uncommons. I'll be able to tell when I put everything away. But yeah, very cool. And like I said, it's cool to have the alpha cards where you see those misprints or things that they revise subsequently. So you see those little differences and nuances in the cards. Just something I enjoy. This was like the most was like more of a stressful one, because I have a friend who's also in the market for these. We tend to not want the same things at the same time, so it works out, but this was one of those instances where, as a professional courtesy, just say like, hey, you know, I'm looking at this card on auction, are you looking at it too? Because we try not to bid against each other either, because you know, we don't want to like artificially drive up the price against each other. So we have done that before. Like 3 or 4 years ago, we were both bidding on a Jihad, and I won it, and I brought it in to play. We didn't know at the time that we were bidding each other. I brought it in my deck, and I was playing, and I mentioned, hey, I got this on eBay yesterday, or you know, last week, and he's like, oh, I was looking at one last week too, and then we found out it was the same one. So yeah, but he was cool. He's like, yeah, I'm not ready for these at those particular times, so I was able to pick them up. But just look at the condition. I think this looks really nice. It's got a little bit of wear on the corner here. It's pretty well centered. Yeah, it's a nice example. And the Oriflamme, not as well centered. It's up here a little bit, and it's got some wear here and here, a little bit down here, that edge. So definitely, and then over there, definitely not as nice as the Oriflamme, but both pretty beautiful cards. I would say they're somewhere in the LP to MP range, which is good enough for me. So if you're unfamiliar, the Oriflamme, when attacking, all your attacking creatures get +1/+0. So that's a nice enchantment, especially for that price. And then the Orcish Artillery is a 1/3, tap to do 2 damage to any target, but you suffer 3 damage. So I guess similar to a Psionic Blast, not as bad as worse than a Psionic Blast, but if you just need to do that 2 damage, it's pretty helpful. You take out a Hippie, there's a few a lot of 1/1s would keel over, or if your opponent's just down to 2 and you can't get through with a creature, this is a good way to do it. The other thing to note with the Oriflamme is like that skull. You'll see that again in the Black Ward. That's a very similar version, also by Dan Frazier. So yeah, that's it for today. I don't think these are on here. I try to find them on here if I can, but I mean they have Pure Lace, so I'd hope that they had one of these guys. Let me know if you can find it. Some of it's really subtle, like you have this little nose poking out. I'm not sure who that is. Well, thanks for joining me. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.